Hi, Ray Hayden here, and this video is the week 6 out of 6 big game challenge. The solo challenges, I've already completed them all. I just want to give you a quick hint on the 5 hints. I had to use Google and get the coordinates or generally close to the location of the hints. Even after having the 5 hints, I had no hint, no clue of where I would find the Yeti. So I had to Google where you go to find the Yeti so you could summon him. And so between those two searches, I was able to find out how to get the Yeti, and then go ahead and kill the Yeti and get my snapshot. Before I did that the very first time though, I went over here and I saw the community challenge was kill the Yeti with a shotgun. This number keeps climbing even as I'm trying to make this here video. So that's kind of promising. That's nice that everybody's pitching in. And for those who really want to get that Yeti patch for their game, it'd be kind of a cool thing to have. So I figured I'd help out, and I killed the Yeti with a shotgun the first time I found him. This is not always possible, and I've had to snipe the Yeti a couple of times, but we'll see how it works out this time. What I want to do is I want to jump into the map here. You saw that I was in a helicopter. This is Nuevo Mondo, lower left-hand corner. You don't actually end up here. You're over here by this rock. Over in this area is where you spawn, and you take a little van down and steal the helicopter and fly off. There's another helicopter over here, but there's enemies nearby, and it's kind of a pain in the neck. But just north of that, you see this crash site and this mountain hut over here. If you go over that mountain ridge, you'll see a line. This dark line right here is a river. A river runs through it, right? And then I have already put a marker here. This marker is near a location of where the Yeti stone is that you use to summon the Yeti. And the Yeti will spawn in one of two places. One place is lower on the mountain, and another spot is higher on the mountain. But from both locations, it's kind of difficult to get to the Yeti to kill it or him before he can kill you. And he's a sniper, and he's very, very good, and he'll kill you fast. So the very first thing you do once you summon him is you want to hide as fast as you possibly can. But what I'm going to show you here is how to get to that location in a unique way. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this helicopter as a fast elevator, hopefully, to get me over the top of this mountain and down into the area where the Yeti Rock is. I call it the Yeti Rock, and to get down there. So rather than flying into the mountain, let's fly over the mountain. See if that works. Now another fun thing you could do, let me go over this way a little bit. Another fun thing you can do is you can actually fly to the top of this mountain over here. This is above the Inca Camina Delta base over here. And you can, which is at the top of the helicopter, just over the helicopter down there. And there's a rock there. You can jump off of that rock for a base jump too. But you can also jump off of these rocks at the top of the mountain to go further distances with your base jump. So it's kind of a neat thing. And the only way really up here, I think you can climb quite a bit of the way up here, but I imagine it would take you a really long time. But this rock right below the helicopter, you can land there and then jump off of that. But rather than going through that time-consuming sequence, I'm going to climb a little higher, and then I'm going to jump out of the helicopter. And I'm actually going to land on that rock, because there's a couple of things I want to show you with the drone. So let's go ahead and pop out of the helicopter here. We're going to pull our chute as soon as we possibly can. Hopefully the helicopter will not crash into me. I've had that happen. It's almost embarrassing. And I'm just going to ride the brakes all the way down here until I land on that rock. And hopefully I won't crash. And hopefully I land on the rock. There we go. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my drone and put my weapon away. Use the drone. And there's a couple of places where the Yeti will spawn. And this is one of them right here, right in the center of my drone. I apologize in advance. I can't zoom in because I don't have a mouse with a center wheel. I have a trackball because I like the control of that a little bit better. And so I can't zoom. But this right here is one location where the Yeti will spawn. Over here is another flat area. It just luckily happens to be in the sunlight there. This is the other area where the Yeti will spawn. Now this is a marker that I put, which is below this little like kind of zigzag in the river right here that I'm tracing. So I put a marker down here. If you go to this location and work your way up the side of the river that's closest to us here, like not on the far side, but on the near side, And you will find the Yeti Rock is somewhere in this location, okay? What I want to try to do for funsies, I guess, is I want to do a base jump off of this rock and find out if I can get to the Yeti, see if I can get close to the Yeti Rock just by base jumping off. Let's get down there a little faster. So that's one location where my hand is there. That's one spawn location, and that's the other spawn location for the Yeti. Now, there's a couple of rocks that I can recognize, and there's one right there, right above my head. Okay, that's a rock that's close to the Yeti Rock. There's no other rocks really on that side of the river, okay? So, and I recognize there's a couple of rocks on the right side as we're headed towards it. And I think that the Yeti Rock is right here, right about, can't tell. I think it's right there, right about where my foot is. Right where my feet are there on the far side. That's the Yeti Rock, it is. Okay. So, I've identified the Yeti Rock. Thunk. That's a rough landing. Okay, now, that right there is the Yeti Rock. That right there in the center of my screen, in the center of the site, is the bloody handprint you're looking for. This is the bloody handprint you're looking for. Okay, so there's a rock there, and then there's these like little rocks right here. Okay, so you see them in the sight. I'm using my sight to point at those. Okay, so that's the Yeti Rock. All right, there's another rock that's kind of like the Yeti Rock, but not the Yeti Rock. And then there's this other rock that's a larger rock, but there's a gap between this rock. So this kind of helps you find out where the Yeti Rock is. There's another thing here that's an interesting thing I noticed. There's this rock here, and then there's this rock right over here, and this one down here. But these three rocks here are interesting, and let me use my drone for that one. Okay, and using the drone, I'm going to go up in the air because it really makes things stand out a little bit more. This rock, and this rock. These three kind of give you this little S-turn kind of thing, and the river goes off and then turns off to the right down in the distance. Above these three rocks, there's this rock here that comes out almost, more than halfway into the river. And then just north of that, there's another rock right next to the Yeti Rock. Okay, right there in the center. Let's go down a little bit and see that. So right there, and that's the Yeti Rock. These are actually blood stains on the Yeti Rock. All right, so let's get rid of the drone and let's cross over there, and we're going to summon the Yeti. Now I'm going to put my weapon away again, and I'm going to bring it back out. This is my M4. That is one location in which the Yeti will spawn right there. I'm hoping he spawns there. The other location he's going to spawn at is up there. Right there. Okay, he's going to spawn right there, and that would be the bad one. That's next to that pointy rock up there. Okay, all we have to do is walk up to this rock and use the E key. Unfortunately, I didn't put my weapon away. The first thing I'm going to do, we're going to hear him. There he is. Oh, good. He spawned in the right place. He unfortunately spotted me. So I'm going to get out of the way as quick as I can. Oh, boy. And then the other problem is immediately some helicopters are going to kind of come out and give me a hard time. So I'm going to hide from the Yeti who's off in the distance, and I didn't see him. I didn't actually get to spot him. So it says I'm being engaged, and I believe a helicopter is going to come out and try to kill me. Maybe not. There he is. There's the helicopter. He's going to come get me. All right, so we got to get rid of this helicopter first. All right. Don't land on me. Boy, that was close. All right, so impressive. All right, so he's gone, and now nobody else will really probably come out and get me. And I need to find out where that Yeti is. And I saw, we have a hint, when he's spawning, if you look at my video, go back and look at the video, when I summoned him, a yellow, or is it some kind of a warning came up, and he should be at the top of this rock over here. Hopefully I can get him to lock up. Where is he? Uh-oh. There he is. All right, good. And he's hard to see. Look at that. Oh, my God. That was a nightmare. All right, so there's the Yeti. Now I know where he is. If I zoom in, even though he's behind a rock, he shows up. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up the river and through the woods. No, I'm just going to go up the river in a crouched mode. I find that I can actually get pretty darn close to him in a crouched mode to a point. Now he says I'm hunted, so the Yeti and his little circle is flashing there. So he's actually actively looking to snipe me and take me out. I think the orange circle turns yellow or something like that, and at some point he'll stop flashing, and hopefully. Anyways, the whole key to getting him with a shotgun. That's the whole thing that I'm doing, is I'm trying to get this guy with a shotgun. Let me put my other weapon away here. Oh boy. Come on. Get down. Get down. Oh boy, oh boy. I don't want him shooting me. And I also hope I don't have to crawl around on my stomach the whole way. Yep. Oh boy. Let me stay down. Stay down. Yeah, I really don't want him looking at me. Now, I've had him kind of looking at me a little bit and still been able to get close enough to kill him with a shotgun. This would be like my 4th time with the shotgun if I can get him over here. So I showed you how to get close to him. I showed you how to get over to the Yeti Rock to where you can get him. Oh boy. Yeah, he's got me. All right, so what I want to do now is I'm going to use my drone. He can't hit me from where he's at. He's taking shots, but he's never going to hit me from there. What I want to do is I want to get above these rocks right here, okay? And I want to use this part, the snowy patch right here, and I'm going to crawl up on my belly. I'm going to go, higher than these rocks here, and I'm going to go straight across this snowy path. I'm telling you this because I'm going to cut. I'm going to save you the time of dealing with it, and I'll make a cut a couple of places until I get over to here, and then I can climb up here behind there with the shotgun and take him out. That's my hope. That's my hope. So let's get back to my character and see if I can go get him. I'm hoping that my artificial intelligence guys leave him alone. I really don't want them sniping him or taking him out at all. And I don't want this guy to spot me. So at this point, I'm gonna get quiet, because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna zoom ahead. Let me show you where I'm going here. Again, using my rifle, I'm shooting for these rocks over here. I have to crawl on my belly across the snow, crawl up these rocks. So when I get over here to these rocks, I'll come back to you. I'm gonna kind of fade in between the shot to save time. So here we go. Let's go on my belly and crawl all the way. All right, I'm about halfway across the snowfield. I just wanted to take a break and let you know, because it's going to get dark real fast here. Time moves, as you've noticed, very quickly in the game. It does have day and night mode, and it has the weather modes and all that. But when I got halfway across here, I just want to make a note that I keep the Yeti guy in my sight up there in the top left-hand corner. And hopefully he won't spot me, but it's going to get pretty darn dark by the time I get over to the rocks that I'm going for. Okay, looking at the Yeti in the top left, I've gotten further across. Now, when he's a bright orange circle up there, he can see me and I can see him. So we don't want to do anything silly to get ourselves shot at this point, because we're going for that community badge of the Yeti Patch to help out other people who are going for that. We want to do a good job and not get spotted, and you got to get close. If you're going to take this guy out with a shotgun, you've got to get close. With that, I'm going to pull out my drone here and go up in the air. And I'm going to show you how I have to get up there. I have to climb up and over this area, and I have to come up the back side of the hill he's standing on, or the rock he's standing on. I then have to climb up this area to get behind this rock to get as close as I possibly can to him before I make, my announcement, hey, I'm here, enjoy your shotgun shell. So let's go ahead and keep climbing. Again, the video is going to be dark. I don't know. I may put it on night mode. I probably won't. Okay, now he went to burnt orange, and my guy might be able to sit up a little bit. I just don't want to be seen. As long as that burnt orange circle is behind a rock, I'm okay. Now, I do have to climb up a couple of rocks. I always get worried about that because I think my character is going to stand up, and I do not want my guy to stand up. I want him to stay squatted down. Now here I am, I'm pretty close to the Yeti. What I'm going to do is I'm taking a kind of a sneaky peek here to make sure he's not looking at me. So I'm going to put on night mode and infrared. Now my neck is shown, so that comes up pretty good in infrared. Now what I want to do is I want to double check the Yeti. And I'll put my the drone in infrared, and this guy, only on his face comes up. No, so there's his face, that kind of bright spot. So that's good. I'm happy about that. He's actually looking a little bit towards the front, and I've snuck up behind him, okay? And I did that by crawling on my belly across that snow field, staying above all of these rocks. I crawled on my belly over here, and then I was able to stand up, or shall we say crouch, and then get the rest of the way up here. At this point, I'm going to take out the shotgun, and I'm going to point it at the Yeti. I'm going to want to get as close as possible before I pull the trigger on him. Now this is that semi-automatic, it's actually an automatic shotgun. So let's see, as soon as he sees me, I'm going to shoot him. I want to get as close as I possibly can. Oh man, I tried to do battle with the guy, and I said, you know what, I'm not going to play around with that. I'm going to shoot this guy. So, okay, he's dead somewhere. There he is on the cliff below me. So let's scoot down there. We got him with the shotgun, and all we have to do is examine his stiff body down there, and we got our pictures. All right, so now you know how to get the Yeti. Now you know if he's in this location, you can get up in there behind him. It's going to take you some time to crawl across that snowy base there to get up there to get the Yeti. And as you can see, it started out in broad daylight when I started the video, and then it became nighttime. So until we catch you in the next video, take care and be well.